Hey guys, welcome back to Shep Talk and my review of L2 Imperion, directed by Prithviraj Sukumaran, starring Jerome Flynn as Boris Oliver, Prithviraj Sukumaran as Zaid, Andrea Tevarda as Michelle, Manju Warrior as Priya, Tovino Thomas as Jatin, Arjun Das and Mohanlal as Stephen. L2 Imperion has a runtime of 2 hours and 59 minutes. Story. We jump 5 years after the events of Lucifer. Stephen has not returned to India and is instead hunting down an African drug cartel somewhere in the world. Meanwhile, Jatin, unsatisfied with merely leading his father's party, steps down to form his own in partnership with ASM, an organization hiding some dark secrets. Priya, on the other hand, remains loyal to her father's party, determined to not only reshape its future, but also influence the course of all of India. If you thought the opening of Lucifer was dense, L2 Imperion doubles down with even more storylines in the first half. It can be a lot to absorb and track, especially with Stephen himself feeling almost like a ghost. His presence is felt but fleeting. He appears when necessary and then vanishes, leaving others to move the plot forward. Jatin's transformation is another aspect that feels abrupt. The 5-year time jump means we miss the progression of his character, making his shift into the person we now see on screen feels sudden. Then there's Govardhan, the returning information broker who, despite his intelligence, is easily swayed by those in power. Additionally, an MI6 team led by Boris is on the hunt for the KA Group, an organization headed by none other than Stephen, with Zaid as his right-hand man. Going into L2 Imperion, I had hoped to see more of Stephen's backstory, but that seems reserved for L3, and instead, this film shifts focus to Zaid, exploring his origins and what led him to stand beside Stephen. Alongside this, Priya emerges as a much more prominent figure, stepping out of the background to take a definitive role at the table. She is no longer overshadowed by those fighting for power. Instead, she firmly claims her place. And let's talk about the symbolism. Holy symbolism! Lucifer's presence is constantly reinforced through visual cues. The letter L appears repeatedly in various scenes, serving as a reminder that Lucifer is always watching. Actors. Mohanlal as Stephen/Abram. Despite not having as much screen time as expected, Mohanlal commands attention whenever he appears. He embodies that strong, silent type, reminiscent of a John Wayne figure in America's cinema, where his mere presence signals impending trouble. Abhimanyu Singh as Balrog. When Balrog first appears, he exudes menace and feels like a formidable antagonist. However, his initial impact dwindles as the movie progresses, making him feel less threatening in the latter half. Manju Warrior as Priya. She delivers an outstanding performance, fully stepping into a leadership role, no longer a passive character. Priya takes charge, fulfilling the promise of the first film. Action. This franchise loves to tease action sequences in the first half, only to fully unleash them later. While the early moments give just a taste, the latter half sees the action take center stage, alongside the unfolding story. And it's worth the wait. The fights are brutal and carry an emotional weight, with some characters seeking vengeance in deeply personal ways. Cinematography. L2 Imperion spans multiple locations across the world, not just India. It would have been easy to use generic sets and stock footage to depict different locations, but the film takes the effort to shoot on location in many instances, adding authenticity and credibility to the storytelling. Soundtrack. Deepak Dev delivers an excellent score that immerses us in Lucifer's world. The Empuraan theme stands out as one of the best tracks, perfectly setting the stage for pivotal moments in the film. Now, onto some of my nitpicks. Mohanlal's limited screen time. While there are reasons for his sporadic appearance, I wish we had seen more of him in a film centered around his character, Jothan's villain's turn. His transformation feels abrupt, happening mostly off-screen. A glimpse into how or why this shift occurred would have strengthened this arc. Too many storylines. For a 3-hour movie, L2 Imperion still tries to juggle too much. The first half in particular is packed with overlapping subplots, making it difficult to follow at times. Some of these could have been trimmed without losing much. Balrog as the villain. Initially, he comes across as a formidable antagonist, but by the second half, his presence is significantly diminished, making him less impactful than he initially seemed. Overall, L2 Imperion does a commendable job continuing the story from Lucifer. While I was disappointed that we didn't get Stephen's full backstory, the film effectively shifts focus to Zaid's origins. It skillfully balances action and storytelling, ensuing neither aspect overshadows the other. And that cliffhanger at ending left me wishing L3 was already here. But with all that being said, guys, Shep Talk gives L2 Imperion 3 Sheps out of 5. Thank you for joining me on this review. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. But that is all I have time for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.